If I was forced to start my entire freelance career over, all my connections, my reputation, my skills just disappeared, what would I do right now to build back up to a multi-six-figure income? Hey, my name's Henry Bingaman. I've been a freelancer for over 15 years. Now, on top of my freelancing, I also make videos like these to help other freelancers and independent professionals build a high-income career. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what I do to launch that high-income freelance business if I had to start over right now. So if I were just getting started today, what would I do? I'd follow 3 steps. The first, I'd get really good at one specific skill. Now, here's the thing. Credentials and experience are not the most important thing when it comes to freelancing. It is the skills that you offer your clients. Just take a look at this. This shows that freelancers with only a high school level of education actually out-earn their peers with a bachelor's degree, and they get somewhat close to peers with a postgraduate degree. You don't want to think about the credentials too much. They just don't matter. Clients want to know if you can do the job, not if you have the right paperwork. Now, getting good at a skill means you have to actually pick a skill to start with, right? So you should really go to places where you have natural talents. Graphic design can be a great one. There's millions of places to learn coding right now. Social media strategy is something you can learn. You could be a virtual assistant. The point is, you want to find a skill that people are currently paying for, and you want to get good at it. If you have no idea where to start, go to Upwork.com, look at what other people are offering and how much they're charging, and that should give you a decent place to start thinking about what skill you could offer. If you find that people are not paying a lot for a skill, maybe move on to something else. If you find that people are paying a lot for a certain skill, but it doesn't interest you, forget that one. Find something else. Find something that pays decently and interests you. Don't worry, you can build a whole career off of one skill and then expand from that later on. All right, so that would be step number 1, find a skill and get good at it. Step number 2 would be getting really good at one client acquisition platform. Now, this could be LinkedIn, it could be X, it could be Facebook, Fiverr, Upwork. Networking in person is another one. Look, there are a million different ways to go get clients, but the point is you need to master one and only one of those client acquisition skills in the beginning. Now, if I were starting out today, I would focus on networking in person. I'd go to real events or conferences where my clients would be. If you're somebody that sells SEO to chiropractors, I would go to chiropractic conferences and meet the actual clients there. A lot of times you'll be the only person at that type of event who's offering that particular skill. So you're like the prettiest girl at the party automatically. There's no competition, nobody else to take your clients. You're just meeting people and picking up clients. That is why I prefer in-person networking. But my second choice would be LinkedIn. So if I wasn't able to get to live events, or if I was in a different part of the world than where my client base would be, LinkedIn would be my next best solution. It's a professional networking site. People are expecting to make business deals on there. If you go on Upwork or Fiverr, people are just price shopping. And then in a platform like X or Facebook, I've known some people that have made great careers. Depending on the type of client you have, that can be the right place to go. But they're not there looking for professional services, so you have a little bit harder time closing them. Whereas an in-person event or LinkedIn, those would be my 2 picks to get really good at an acquisition platform. Now, when you pick a platform, you want to stick with it for at least a few months before you even consider trying something else. You need to give yourself the time to actually practice and get good at it. If you give up too early, you might not have pushed through that last point where you start getting the flood of clients. It takes a little bit of time to learn all of these platforms and learn how to get clients and what people respond to and what turns them off. You got to push through the initial stages of frustration and practice enough to get good at it. If you just really don't like it, so like say you go to live events and you're too shy to actually talk to people, that's fine. You can give up if you're really not going to break through, move on to something that's easier. I would recommend developing those skills later, but if you don't like live events, try LinkedIn. If you don't like LinkedIn, try the freelancing sites like Fiverr or Upwork. You just have to put some systems in place to make sure that you're actually getting your value. All right, step 3, after I found a skill that I was going to get good at, and after I found my client acquisition platform or live events, step 3 would be doing whatever it takes to make those first few clients absolutely love me. I'm saying I would go insanely over the top to make them happy in the early stages. So if I had a deadline, I'd get that work done days before that. I'd throw in some extras. Like if I'm writing an article, one of the hardest parts is coming up with a good headline and opening. So what I would do for that client is I'd write multiple headlines and multiple opening paragraphs. Whatever project you're doing, try to take that next extra step. Do that A++ job. You're not going to have to put this level of work in on every client forever. This is just important in the early stages to get those really, really good testimonials. Testimonials are going to be what proves that you're credible to other clients down the road. Of course, you're always going to want to do great work. That will be what keeps the clients coming back. But it's really important in the first few stages to go over the top, to get the best testimonials possible. Now, those are the first 3 steps I take. Here's what's going to happen when you start following these steps. The first thing is you're going to feel like you're getting nowhere. The progress in the beginning phases just doesn't feel that fast. But that's because it's the beginning of the learning curve. It's the steepest part, and that's why it's where most people stop. This may be the hardest 3 to 6 months of work you do in your life, especially if you haven't done a lot of hard work before this. But if you can push through it, within those 3 to 6 months, you're going to find out how to get really good at a skill and how to get really good at getting clients. And if you put in that work and you get 5 to 10 really, really good testimonials from clients who are genuinely happy with you, with your work, look, it's going to start skyrocketing your career. Every new client, you'll quote a higher and higher price. And if you don't get 20 to 40% of your potential clients saying that's too expensive, then you're not charging enough. Now, obviously, you don't want 9 out of 10 people telling you that you're too expensive, but you do want to price out some clients. If everyone is saying yes to your price, you're just not charging enough. Now, like I said, this may feel slow in the beginning, and it is going to be a lot of work, but it builds up very, very quickly. And you're going to look back at it like it was no time at all. These 6 months you're investing to get started are going to be miraculous for your career. You're going to look back at them as some of the happiest times, and you'll have accomplished something that not a lot of people do. So if I was magically transported back in time, lost all my contacts, had to launch the freelance career again, those are the exact 3 steps I'd take. And I would bet you that I'd be at a multi-6-figure income again within a year, maybe 2 years. And I would look like a super pro doing it. Now, there are some other important ways to look like a pro. In fact, I put together a quick toolkit for brand new freelancers. It's called 5 tools that make even brand new freelancers look like seasoned pros. These are extremely important tools for invoicing, project management, getting clients, marketing. So go to henrybing.co/free tools to grab it. There'll be a link down below. Again, that's henrybing.co/free tools. All right, thank you so much for watching. If you like this and you want to help me out, hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications to get more videos like this on raising your income, building a high income freedom career. All right, guys, talk to you in the next one.